These are fake Lego The Last of Us minifigures. We got Joel and we got Ellie right here. So let's build them real quick. There we go, and for fake Lego minifigs, these are looking extremely good. These are obviously based on the video game, not the TV show. This dude looks nothing like Pedro Pascal.
My favorite actor, Pedro Pascal.
And this looks nothing like the girl from The Last of Us. I don't remember her name.
What an idiot!
But it's safe to say that season 1 of the show was peak television, and season 2 has been kind of terrible. So we're going to be building a nice Last of Us mock today. We've obviously got our 2 heroes here, but let's go ahead and upgrade their weapons. We're gonna go ahead and give Ellie here a nice little shotgun that's going to be in the reloading position right there. And then alongside that, we'll give her one of these bloody Eclipse graphics knives so she can defend herself from zombies while reloading the shotgun. And then Joel, we're just gonna go ahead and upgrade his revolver right here. And on top of that, we can equip him with one of these Molotov cocktails.
That's awesome!
So we've got our 2 heroes from The Last of Us, but now what about the zombies? Sadly, there are no Lego clickers or any really Last of Us looking zombies in Lego that I could find. So I figure let's just use more realistic looking Lego zombies that we have access to, like this brick tactical zombie right here. And then this is actually all my zombies right now, all lined up, ready for war. So we can pluck the more gory ones out of here and add them.
A few moments later.
Alright, we've selected some of the goriest looking zombies that we have access to currently, and some of the more detailed ones as well. Now we got our little dirt patch over here that we built during the Black Hawk Down video, and why don't we just go ahead and toss a couple buildings in the background there. Now, these buildings are actually bombed out World War II buildings. They're designed by JD Bricks, and I purchased the instructions on how to build them on his website if you guys want to check them out. I think they're fantastic, and they work great for an apocalypse building setting as well. Now I got some big plans for this. First of all, with this small building here, let's go ahead and pop that door open. And what I think we should do is have Ellie and Joel kind of trying to get in here and barricade themselves away from the zombies. So we'll have Joel right here with his revolver, and we can place a zombie kind of danger close to him so his revolver can take him out real quick right there. And then Ellie, like we said earlier, well, she's reloading her shotgun, so she's gonna have to use her knife to try and skewer some zomboys.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So we can have it burying into the chest of this zombie over here. Now for a little added apocalypticness, why don't we go ahead and place a few additional zombies around here so that way they're really getting surrounded. So they gotta eliminate these guys and then barricade that door extremely quickly. Excellent, look at this, a whole zombie horde. Now in the world of The Last of Us, zombies are not always the most lethal thing out there.
Wait, what?
Other people tend to do a lot more damage. And there was one scene in the season 2 of the show that I thought did an awesome job. And that would be the SWAT truck full of the military having a grenade thrown in it and the door slammed closed. So we've got our Brickmania SWAT truck right here. We're going to have the doors open to start, and then we're going to sit a couple of SWAT soldiers. We need to find our SWAT team. I haven't used a lot of my SWAT minifigs in a while. They're currently stored in a Pokemon tin, but we don't want like the cringe Lego police. We want like the dope ones. Heck yeah, brother, look at this dude. Yeah, we'll probably need like 2 or 3 of them to recreate this scene because you can't really see super deep into the SWAT truck. You don't need a massive number. There's a nice Brickmania one. We'll definitely use him. And yeah, one more. Perfect. Okay, so we managed to fit the trooper in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and have to find a grenade for this fella to yeet on into there, and you know, then he closes the door on him. Brutal. Easily the best scene out of season 2. Maybe the only good scene.
Whoa, whoa.
Dad.
Alright, finally found a nice little brick arms grenade here that we're going to be slapping into this dude's hand so he can go ahead and yeet it on in there. So now we have the military, we have the main protagonists, but what about all the bandits you encounter in The Last of Us? I think we should have a small faction of them. And for those guys, we're gonna have them wearing some gas masks because in The Last of Us universe, these spores can turn you into zombies as well. So we're gonna go ahead and put a nice little bandit raider over here on top of this balcony. However, he might think he's going to be getting the jump on Ellie and Joel down here and managing to shoot them up. This zombie here is gonna have crept out of the woodwork to attack him from behind. And I thought it might be interesting if we did actually end up trying to make it look like he is covered in the Last of Us fungus. So we'll have him holding this dead plant. We'll go ahead and have some fungus growing off of his head there and maybe a little bit growing off the back of his leg. So it's not exactly the Last of Us virus, but at the very least, it's something. And typically in The Last of Us lore, it takes a few years for zombies to actually become full-blown clickers and things like that. So this would be like a late-stage Last of Us zombie ambushing this guy, and these would be more recent turns attacking Joel and Ellie here. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. And for today's giveaway, we'll be giving away one of these Lego zombies here. All you gotta do to enter and to win is hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what would you do during a zombie apocalypse to survive. Now let's watch some more Lego zombies. This is potentially the most evil man in all of human existence.
I'm in danger!
Greg. Greg is a mad scientist who has contributed horrors to Earth unimaginable from the human mind. He created carnivorous, human-eating plants, furries, demigorgons, as well as Godzilla-sized demigorgons.
Oh, hell no!
Freaky tall-head people, choo-choo Charles, creepy centipede monster thingies, and so many more abominations that just really should not exist in Lego. And since it's Halloween, Greg wanted to create a bit more of a classic monster. He wanted to get away from his new age creepy creations and instead went to the laboratory and developed zombies. That's right, he really wanted something earth-shatteringly apocalyptic. Something that could wipe human Lego minifigures off the face of the earth if the apocalypse ended up getting too out of hand. So today we're going to be building Lego zombies, upgrading them, and then sicking them in the Lego City streets.
Why are you running? Why are you?
If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications turned on, and stick around till the end for a little Lego Halloween giveaway.
Oh my god!
Now this is your standard official Lego zombie minifigure. I don't know, kinda boring. You can spice them up by using the Ninjago zombie style heads, but they don't look the greatest. They're a little bit weird. You can also use the demon skull sort of zombie heads if you really want to, but again, in terms of a custom zombie army, it's a little bit lackluster. That's where you get into customs and fakes. Firstly, this is a fake non-Lego brand zombie head.
That's weird.
Look at that dude. He looks terrible. That is a horrible zombie head. And that's why I like to take regular Lego minifigures like Mariachi Emo Emmett here and give them bricktactical.com custom zombie heads printed on Lego.
Nice.
And then you get really cool, more realistic looking zombies. But that's not the only custom zombies you can acquire. For example, this zombie torso here is from brickmania.com, the most expensive Lego site on Earth.
Only $10,000! That's not so bad.
And you can go ahead and add a zombie head to it, and you have a really nice looking custom zombie. Or the cheaper and also better in my opinion, Brick Tactical custom zombie torso and legs. I don't know, I think Brick Tactical just did it better in my opinion. But then you got the goofy, like, minifig company zombie head, which is very tall, as well as my newest zombie head in this little packet here. Hold on, we need a zombie body. Ah, there we go, businessman zombie. This zombie head is from K-Town Bricks. It also comes with a cool apocalyptic chainsword, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So obviously there's a lot of zombie variants that we can have. Dr. Greg has been busy at work customizing his zombie apocalypse. Now I think it's time to build a zombie army. And there we have it. A large-scale zombie army has been formed. We have standard civilian zombies, the businessmen zombies, firefighter zombies, Little House on the Prairie zombies, Ninjago zombies, and just about every zombie variant you could want in a Lego City mock.
Yeah, boy.
Dr. Greg here is ready to unleash his horde. So, he takes radioactive container unit, throws the zombies inside, closes the door. He then drives his research truck from the laboratory to the Lego City Bank down the street from him, opens up the storage unit, and dumps out the zombie army. The zombies begin to stir in the streets as they smell brains. Now the local beat cop is very quick to pull out his gun. He is pretty mortified as he's being charged by a zombie nurse from Silent Hill. Or is it Resident Evil? I can never remember. Yeah, he should have skipped work today because he gets flanked from behind and the zombies begin to feast on his carcass. Now the local bank secretary sees what's happening and runs inside to call for backup. And that backup does come in the form of heavy-duty CDC hazmat troop units sent by the National Guard.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
But these guys instantly get decked by zombies. And now they too are being consumed through their plastic vests by the zombie horde. Not a very fun way to go out. The bank manager sees all this and decides, well, it's time to go all out Fallout, baby. It's apocalypse survivor time. So let's go ahead and build some apocalypse survivors who will be surviving the zombie apocalypse on the top of the bank roof. Firstly, since it is a bank, we're gonna have this businessman here with his very distinguished top hat. Although we're going to rip that off, and let's give him this very dope looking full head gas mask here. And you know, American businessmen and all that. We can have him be a little bit of American Psycho inspiration with a nice axe. And while melee weapons are great in the zombie apocalypse, he should probably also have a gun. Those things tend to do pretty well. And maybe he's a cartel businessman. So we shall give him a nice micro Uzi right there. And actually, I have this small attachment silencer that you can put on the muzzle right there and have a silenced Uzi. And of course, silencers are fantastic against zombies, so you don't attract more of them. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Now he needs some compatriots. That's where the local nerd comes into play. He's got a fanny pack right there, so you know he's nerdy. Now, we're shaving his head and slapping this very cool CDC gas mask on him because they don't know if this virus is airborne or not. And what's cool is there's like a little respirator part that we can go ahead and click in here. And this is from, oh man, it doesn't always stay, but it's from Sidan Toys, which just makes such cool custom Lego pieces. And in the true spirit of zombies, we're giving our boy Mustang and Sally dual wield M1911 11s from BrickTactical.com from Call of Duty Zombies, of course. Does his hair fit on with the thing? No. So he's just bald now. Okay, he's a baldy. Let's also do the grumpy old man trope from zombie apocalypses. So we got our boy here, and he's gonna be a little bit creepy with this very large brick forged trench coat here. Oh yeah. World War II looking dude. And let's also go ahead and slap on a military circa Gulf War gas mask for him. And again, we have to have another baldy. We could give him the top hat of the other guy. Oh, then he really looks like a weirdo. Okay, nah, well, he'll just be bald as well. 3 bald boys in the zombie apocalypse, baby. In terms of weaponry, let's give him that K-Town Bricks chainsword and also a pack-a-punched ray gun from Call of Duty Zombies. And I think we also need Greg to be in this group. After seeing the zombies slaughter pretty much everyone, he realized he needed to get away from his own creation. So we're giving him a nice ACOG assault rifle, and he's joining the Rooftop defenders. Now this is the rooftop up here that these guys are gonna have to defend while they wait for a helicopter evac on top of the roof. Kind of similar to Left 4 Dead 2. So we're gonna swing this doorway out, and this is where the zombies are going to be attacking from. Obviously, they ended up killing the bank manager and now, are looking for some more meat.
This is a tasty burger.
Up on this ledge here, we'll have the Mustang and Sally nerd firing away. And what's kind of cool is you can take these like green splat Lego pieces, put them on the ground like so, lay a zombie on top of them, and it's like they've had their brain goop shot out. Can also have a dead zombie up there and another boy coming after him here. Beautiful little holdout going on. Below him, I want our trench coat edgelord burying his saw in the zombie's face. And as you can see, it's tearing it apart pretty good. Let's also take this here Bowie knife, slide it into zombified Emmett right here so it looks like he was stabbed, and have him hanging over the chimney chute here. Now we're having more zombies filtering on in, and I want to kill Greg from his own creation, finally put this madness to an end that he's started. And I have this nice little custom blood pool brick you can use. So we'll put that on the ground there, and it sticks into Lego quite nicely, very nice. Put our boy on top of it, his gun off to his side like he was trying to defend himself, and the zombies consume. Our final survivor will be back here, and let's just kind of put some zombies surrounding him, waiting for the helicopter. And there we go. Now these rooftop fellas are going to be waiting for the military helicopter evac, but down on the ground, there's still many zombies left alive, feasting on the cop and the hazmat suit. So let's take this little baggie of Lego City military minifigures and create a little last stand against the zombies on ground level over here. So the US Army here, and some Marines and Navy SEALs, are defending against the zombie hordes. A few of their soldiers have gone down, but they've also killed a multitude of the zombies here, and the other ones are in some brutal combat close quarters against the approaching zombie horde here. I think it's safe to say that while these guys are putting up a very good fight and killing tons of zombies, eventually they'll be overwhelmed, especially when their fallen comrades begin to regenerate as zombies themselves. But there is still hope for the boys up top. The military helo is inbound and is safely able to land on the roof, sliding open the bay doors and letting the heroes escape.
I feel the need for speed.
This is a Lego zombie. And I must admit, it's not exactly the most, scary thing out there. I mean, there ain't even any blood on this man. Just a couple scrapes in his old business suit. That's cringe. That's lame. I'm sorry, zombie. My apologies. So I think we need to, upgrade to a little bit more of a beat-up Lego zombie. This here is from K-Town Bricks. As you can see, there's a little bit of blood and gore on this zombie, but still, it's really not that crazy. It's pretty plain, also a very cartoony face. I think we can do better than this. How about this bad Larry? This is a military zombie from bricktactical.com. Use code DAILY at checkout. And this guy is actually pretty fire. He's got scratches all over his uniform, on the back as well, good detailing, and a pretty spoopy zombie face. Now, we can go crazier, and that's what we're going to be doing today.
Cool.
We're going to be building the deadliest Lego zombie apocalypse ever. So my boy, need you to move out the way. We gotta get the road out here. And this isn't going to be much of a mock. This is more so going to be making the deadliest zombie virus possible.
Yes, excellent.
So we've had our 3 levels of deadly zombies so far, but let's kick it up a notch with this bad boy from bricktactical.com. Again, my man's the GOAT. And look at this. This is, get these guys out of here, because this is perfection. This is, oh mama. Look at that body right there. That sounded wrong. His guts are hanging out. He literally has the back of his spine showing. Blood is dripping everywhere. His rib cage is out. But I must say, his head, you know, there's a little bit of brain showing at top. You know, he's got a little bit of blood everywhere, but it's just not, it's not quite what we're looking for. So I think this is peak gore Lego zombie body here, but we need a good head for him. Now, things do get drastically crazier in the realm of custom zombie heads. Look at this guy, dude. He's got, well, he's missing part of his face from a sword slash or something like that. That's pretty crazy. But it gets crazier. I mean, this guy is missing a part of his face as well, but in a much more horrifying manner. Look at that, dude. His eyeball on the left is just goop. He's been turned to goop.
That's nasty.
By the way, I'm going to be giving away these 2 Lego zombie minifigures here. All you gotta do is hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below what would you do during a zombie apocalypse to survive. And stay tuned to the end of the video. Let's go. But I think I've found the perfect zombie head. This is just terrifying. Oh my god. That might be the goriest zombie head I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, come on. That's just crazy, dude. Oh, he's spooky, boys. So this is going to be our lead zombie. But then, you know, we might as well include some of the other cool zombies. And I have one more. Pretty rad looking military zombie from bricktactical.com. This one's in a CDC hazmat suit, and you can see his chest was opened up. That might be where he got bit, and then you can also see parts of his back right there are all stabbed up. So these 3 are definitely the deadliest looking zombies I've got in my collection. So we're going to use these 3 on the road here, but we're gonna need them to be attacking a survivor or 2. Now I thought, let's go ahead and reach into the grab bag of craziness that Scott's Plastic has sent us. So Scott sent us a bunch of these very strange things here, and they're basically very odd misprinted United Bricks customs. So misprinted / test prints. You can see like this is clearly supposed to be sort of a flannel type shirt and camo pants, but slightly underneath you can kind of tell that this used to be a clone trooper body, especially on the side you can tell. So why don't we transform some of these into Lego zombie apocalypse survivors?
A few moments later.
Alright, out of the pack I selected these 3 bodies and legs, which, yeah, they're kind of a disaster, but I think equipping them with some armor, obviously heads, weapons, etc. Oh, and arms. Arms are probably important. They might actually look a little bit like survivors. So let me go ahead and pizzazz these guys. And there we go. I think they turned out fairly decently. Our first guy here I think turned out the best probably. Tried to kind of match his satchel accessories with the belt we gave him, as well as the glasses on his helmet right there, and of course he's got the bandana which matches his shirt. Oh, my cat is sneezing in the background. As for his weapons, we're gonna go ahead and slide a nice little Glock into his holster here. If it wants to go in, bruh. There we go, nice. And then, you know, this is a very bloody zombie battle, so we're gonna go ahead and give him a nice bloodied kitchen knife. That'll spice things up a little bit. And of course, he's gonna need some more range, so let's give him this nice little PDW. That way he can keep some zombies at bay, and if they get close enough, he can give them the old shinka shinka.
It's beautiful.
As for our next fellow here, he's probably my least favorite of the three, but these textures were kind of hard to work with to match the arms and the head and stuff like that, but I think it came out okay. And since this is my least favorite of the figs, let's give him a really cool weapon, baby. This is from Gears of War, and again, another rather gory weapon right there. Look at that chain blade, bro. Whoo! Now that is spicy. So he's got that, which has built-in melee abilities already. But just in case, you know, he needs another, let's go ahead and give him this nice tactical tomahawk hatchet. That's pretty freaking fire, if you were to ask me, boys. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. And then finally, we'll go ahead and give him an M9 pistol here, just in the old side holster that we've attached to his leg for ease of access. Very nice. Okay, now for our final lad. This guy looks pretty standard, fairly decent. I do like how all the misprints kind of make their clothes look like dirty, like they've been in the apocalypse for a while. I like that. On his back clip here, we have a white phosphorus canister, and that's because that clip formerly belonged to a SWAT member, and I'm gonna take that off and instead add some brass knuckles to it, baby.
I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Heck yeah! And then he has a holster as well, so let's go ahead and toss this rusted out M1911 with red dot, silencer, and a drum mag there. Beautiful. Also, I know there's this weird thing on my finger. It's, I got a splinter there, and then I think it was bleeding underneath, and now that's just there, so I don't know. I also was using Flex Seal, and I got my fingers a little bit black, so it's really hard to get off. Alright, enough tangents. Finally, we're gonna give this guy one of the coolest AKs you've ever seen in your life. Look at that taped up magazine, double magged up on a Tuesday, red dot sight, long barrel. I mean, this thing's gorgeous. It is a perfect caliber brick mania AK. Okay, I would say our survivors are ready to face some zombies.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening!
Alright, now we'd better go ahead and put some rubble along our street here to make the battle at least a little bit more dynamic. You know, it's a zombie apocalypse, so there's bound to be some roadblocks, some old military barbed wire that they tried to set up to slow down the zombies a bit. There's bound to be military crates out here as well, you know. The military just leaving supplies everywhere when everything's hitting the fan. And then we have, of course, you know, double tap root beer. You know what I'm saying? You need a little zombie juice. And then we got the scary radioactive juice as well right there. Okay, now as for troop placement here, I'd like to have my least favorite of the figs here actually drop his weapons, and we're gonna have him being devoured by the zombie apocalypse. It's not going to be very nice for him, but it is what it is. He clearly got tackled over this way, and you know what? This isn't convincing enough. Let's go ahead and use our nice little pool of blood. Very nice. Have it gooping out that way, and then we can go ahead and toss our CDC zombie right up in there. Yeah, baby. Oh, devouring. Delicious. Now, let's give the survivors a W since we gave the zombies a W, and let's stick our nice military zombie here in some of the barbed wire. So, we want to make it look as if he kind of got stuck in there and is trying to get out, but just keeps on wedging himself further and further, kind of a thing. So, let's do... might be a little tough. We might have to... There we go. I think that looks pretty good. He's kind of leaning on that right there. And then, why don't we have our survivor here prepared to just kind of jab him. Just end this man's whole career in an instant, baby. Beautiful. So, he's going to do the killing blow on the stuck zombie right there. But his friend, right here, why don't we actually have this guy dropping his gun there and then having to go for the pistol, and he can have Buddy's back as our goriest of the zombies is approaching him directly right there. Now I think this looks pretty cool, but I do want it to be a little bit more surrounded. So while we have our deadliest zombies on the battlefield already, why don't we go ahead and start placing a few additional zombies around these boys, so that way it really does look like a last stand on a deserted military outpost road